So we were sitting here talking, and we decided to film another video.
Yes.
It's Video Friday. How did we get to where we're at right now? And I was telling Mike, he was like, well, let's talk about some politics, or let's talk about the Donald Trump phenomenon, or let's talk politics. And I told him, I said, Z's probably not going to be, he's probably not going to spend a lot of time talking politics, because his kind of position on it, and again, I'm kind of paraphrasing you, so if I'm wrong about this, let me know. But his position on it really is that the whole thing is fucked. So that's
Which
it.
I thought was
That's it. That's my position.
totally valid. Absolutely.
It's fucked. So
defensible
you can sit and talk about, well, what about Donald Trump, or what about this person or that person, and what about this or that, and all you're doing really is just kind of picking at a scab. You're not really,
Yeah, I totally get that.
why discuss it when it's the default position is it's all fucked. So
Have a beer, watch it burn.
so we're like, well, okay, well, what do you do? What's the how do you fix it? Because I said Z's a lot more of an action guy. Like, let's not
This is what we want to talk about.
spend all day talking about the problem.
Yeah.
But what do you do to fix it? Like, what's the solution?
Marjorie Taylor Greene and Trump are beside the point.
Yeah.
How did we get to that?
How did we get there?
Like, fuck.
How did we get to this point? Was it?
We voted for these people? Wow.
Is it?
Something's gone wrong.
Complacency?
No shit. And yeah.
Did we just? Did we get to this point? I know that the rise of the military-industrial complex after World War I. We've talked about that before. The mentality shift as we came through the Great Depression and people started to change, but how did we get to where we're at now, where
so
half the country is talking about civil war, and we're
Right.
how did things go this bad this quick?
So there's all that to talk about and discuss, like how we got fucking here, which is really important. Hey, we got to understand that. Don't want to do the same thing again. But more importantly, like, okay, yeah. Lots of people have the answer there. What's the answer? Like, fix it now. Yeah, you're right about the problem. And what's the solution?
What's the solution? And
which is a much more, now we're debating, like, okay, what do you think? Like, well, the rich have got too much fucking money.
And the solution here, here again,
fucked.
The solution is probably really easy. Like, okay, well, we reform healthcare, reform the housing industry, so that homeless people can actually get a house,
Yeah, I agree.
All kinds of
on a certain level, it's easy.
All kinds of reform that we could do, but
totally could do this shit.
What do you do first? Like, what's the first thing you do, and how do you change the mentality of a generation?
And now we're all a little bit
of multiple generations.
Because if you agree upon a solution, this is my thinking here. Like, so okay, we can all agree. The homeless people. There's too many fucking homeless. What we need to do is like, I'm going to rezone a bunch of land and build a bunch of apartments and solve that problem. Okay, that's great. You can't do that without getting voted in. Like, politics stands in the way of all of this.
Kind of goes back to what we were just talking about before.
The system's broken. It's like, well,
eating shit.
How do I work with that system and implement the reforms? And I don't have an answer. I'm not sure.
What we were talking about before. Why eating shit is so valuable. I mean, if you're going to change the system, if you're going to do something good,
video, try and convince people these problems are soluble, and they fucking are.
Yeah, they are.
X rating on this video. They are, though.
The problems can be fixed.
Lots of them. I don't know. I'm sure there's problems out there that are beyond my. I don't know the answer. But things like the cops being George Floyd, or healthcare, homelessness. There's so much that
they're easy.
The solutions are fairly obvious.
The solutions are fairly obvious. But getting from we know what to do to we're doing it. It seems to be the and that does seem to be the problem.
In the video
getting from knowing what to do to doing it. Like that,
the action,
that
yeah.
crucial step right
So,
there. Yeah, we know what to
How do we
do.
affect change here? Like, okay, yeah,
How do we do
I
it?
agree. You know, healthcare should be like this, or you know,
And
building
it's
some
not,
apartments for the homeless people, fucking inexpensively.
and it's not so much how do we do it, right? Because, you know, just filming videos like this, we're doing it. This is how you do it.
Maybe somebody will in the
How do you convince everybody to do it? How do you get people on board with doing what we're doing, which is talking and communicating and trying to make it, you know, to do something positive and to make a change
Yeah.
and like
fix the mess. The mess is getting worse and worse and worse, and I think we all feel that. Fuck,
And-
I sure, you know,
and there's so
I sure
many
do.
there's
Like,
so many people out there.
I can't imagine when people in like Ohio, Cleveland, fuck. No wonder they're voting for Trump and like Jesus Christ, like we're selling the place down the road.
There's a lot of good people out there. I think that the amount of good people
Politically,
out there.
been abandoned. Oh, we'll just abandon that group because you know this is my voting block, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, and it's hard for me to believe that the bad people outweigh the good people. There's got to be enough good people out there.
Yeah.
If we could
I
just,
think that's true.
if we
I
could
think that's
figure
true.
out, if we could
There
figure
are
out
enough.
how to
Yeah,
get people
yeah.
together,
Just
and
gotta
start
rally
doing
around
something.
The cause. Right.
yeah, what do we do? What do we do? That's the question to leave it off on. I think is, what do we do? How do we do it? How do we start? I mean, and again, I'm not talking about us because we have started. I'm talking about everybody else. Like, what do we do?
Yeah, like try and like okay, I see all these problems, climate change, yeah, la 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 la.
All right,
Okay.
Ben and Mike signing off exactly at 7 minutes.